go to Tamati now. He is in the sunniest place in New Zealand, so you've got to be happy there, even when the sun isn't up, because you know it will arrive eventually.
Well, it will, but when it does finally arrive, all we're going to see is the clouds and the rain. Unfortunately, we're coming to you from Nelson this morning on what's essentially quite a wet morning. Good morning, everybody. Have a look at where we were on Friday. The last time that you saw us, we were in Ashburton. The Rugby World Cup that we're touring around the country has made a couple of stops since then. It was in Christchurch on Saturday. We went to Greymouth on Sunday. It had a great response there from everybody, and now it's met us here in Nelson on, as I say, what's essentially quite a miserable kind of day. But if you are in Nelson, good morning. Get out of bed, come down and join us. They've actually blocked off the street again. I'm getting kind of used to this. We're on Trafalgar Street, just at the bottom of the church steps here. We've blocked everything off. We've got things going on behind us, people turning up, and of course we've got the Web Ellis trophy as well. Inside, you can come and have yourself a photo taken with it. Now this morning we are coming to you from Nelson. Nelson, which is adopting the Italians. And there'll be quite a few games around here at Trafalgar Park. They'll be playing the Italian team. If you're not watching the rugby, what you might be doing if you're lurking around the area is visiting these guys. It's part of the whole festival, the New Zealand Italian Festival. Over here is Antonio, who owns La Bella Italia, and he's brought along some breakfast this morning. How are you? Welcome to the show. This is breakfast. Is this Parma ham?
Prosciutto di Parma, buffalo mozzarella from Italy, and ciabatta bread. And after we have the caprese salad, which is fresh tomatoes, of course Nelson tomatoes, basil, fresh buffalo mozzarella, oregano, and extra virgin olive oil.
And he said to me, Tamati, you might need something to drink it down with, so he's brought down the grappa, which I hear is actually really powerful kind of stuff. This is, what is it, 40%, something like that? 42%. There's going to be good times in Nelson this morning. Corin and Petra.
Tamati, refrain till after 9 a.m, please.
Which is the end of your working day, almost.
Yeah, well, or maybe 8:30.
Oh, this morning we're getting a bit of support. We're getting a quiet crowd here. Say good morning, everyone. Good morning. We are coming to you from Nelson, of course, which is the home of the world of wearable arts, and they've got the museum just down the road. Of course, during the Rugby World Cup, if you're in the area, stop by, have a look at it. These are just a few of the garments, a couple of the garments that are on show that they've brought down for us this morning. This one is called Eos, the evolution of spirit. You can't really talk, can you, a whole lot? No, you've kind of got this mouth muzzle on you at the moment. That's all right, I'll talk for you. Over on this side of us, we've got Tom. Tom, give it up for Tom. Tom was roped in at the last second as our model. He's wearing, what's it called? Oh, South Pacific business suit. You've got to get skilled up on that if you're going to be a model, Tom. Got called in at the last second. Of course, during the Rugby World Cup, there are going to be different garments on show around the country. They're calling it Icons on Tour. So you'll see them at different museums up and down New Zealand. But of course, because we are talking rugby, this morning they bought one special piece from their collection, and it's this one right here. Turn around. This one here, what's this one called?
Rugby supporter.
Rugby supporter, of course, and and you really do look like a rugby supporter. Yeah, good on you. I feel odd looking at them. Anyway, Corin, Petra.
Did you watch the game on Saturday night, Tamati? You're quite keen on looking at them, though. Keep your eye on the ball, Tamati.
No, I'm not.
Keep your eye on the ball.
They're just there. Did I watch the game? Yeah, I did watch the game. Yeah, I watched the start of the game, actually.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. You probably cut out at about the right time. Good to see you keeping your eye on the ball there at the Real New Zealand Festival.
And if you want to know what Real New Zealand Festival events are on where you are, check out the website, realnzfestival.com.
All right. There's a grudge match happening around the same time as the Rugby World Cup, 20th of September. Basically, the first ever game of rugby that was ever played was played here in Nelson. And it was played by Nelson, the club, and also Nelson College, the boys from Nelson College. This picture behind me is a representation of what that game was like on the day. Nelson Club won. It was like 2-0 on the day. So they're going to have a rematch, and Nelson College are going to take on the big boys and see how they go. Have you been training?
Yeah, we've had a couple of runs through, to getting used to the new rules and sorting stuff like that out.
Yeah, and Mitchell here talks about the new rules because the new rules are quite different to the old rules. I'm talking about the captains of the teams used to just make the calls. There were no refs. It was just the captains of the teams that would kind of work out what was happening between them, as well as that there were 18 aside, as well as that it wasn't when you scored, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you'd get the ball and you'd put it over the try line, and then that wouldn't guarantee you any points. All that would do would give you the chance to try for a kick over the uprights, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe if the game had been like that in the weekend, things might have been a little bit different.
Maybe.
Karen and Petra.
Maybe. But have you ever tried to play... Well, playing a game of rugby without a ref in this day and age just could not happen. It is impossible. I've tried it. It just turns into a farce.
A farce.
People haven't got that sensibility, you know?
Something that completely won't be a fuss is they're having a New Zealand Italian festival September 17 to 18. So if you're in that area, go to the Air Nelson hangar because it will be delicious and good looking both at the same time. Tamati wants to tell us about the Rugby World Cup Roadshow in Nelson this morning. Has the sun come up or is it a little bit cloudy there? Are they winning?
They are winning. The rain hasn't been with us, although I've got to say at 5 o'clock this morning it was persisting down, and I was in bed thinking, oh, I'm going to be in that all morning. Thankfully the rain has stopped and it's just a little bit cloudy. The rain's supposed to have cleared by later on today completely, so that's some good news as well. But there is lots of weather to talk about, but just before we do, say hi Richmond School! Hi! These guys all play Ripper Rugby and they're really excited because in a couple of weeks, when are you going to Auckland? August. In a couple of weeks, these guys are heading up to Auckland to go and play Ripper Rugby. Are you going to win? Yeah! They're quite excited about it too. Okay, that's your time. That's your time on TV finished. All right? There you go. Now it's my time. Let's talk about the weather. Of course, every morning, about this morning, we hand out our tickets to the best dressed fans from another team. Over on this side, actually, look at this. We have an Italian trio here. Squeezed together team. Over on this side, we've got, what's your name?
Kalina.
Kalina, and she's come wearing this outfit that you picked up at a costume shop, and you thought this would be nice to wear to the Italian day. So there you go. Congratulations, you got tickets to a game. And your name?
Domenico.
Domenico. Congratulations, you've won yourself some tickets as well.
Grazie.
Gracias. You're authentic Italian.
100%.
Oh, we just gave him tickets. There you go. You can go and hang with your peeps at the game.
Yep.
All right, all right. We're going to finish this morning here in Nelson. Before we do, tomorrow morning we're going to be in Blenheim. So if you're in Blenheim as well, come down and join us. But for now, this is Samba de Sol.
Excelente, fantastico.
Lovely.
There you go, Nelson. If they don't have the sun, they just make it.
Kind of worship the sun in Nelson, don't they?
Stick it on their heads
way.
with cardboard. Or Samba del Sol. Plenty happening in Nelson during the real New Zealand
place to be.
festival, including the Italian festival and a cool play.
You're gonna get good
Strange
food and
Western
drink, aren't
places. Very, very good
Tell
food
us.
and drink.
Can't lose, really.